The results of the crucial Tarn Taran Bypoll have been declared. Aam Aadmi Party's candidate Harmeet Sandhu, who was in fact imported from Shromani Akali Dal, has won this election with a majority of over 12,000 votes. I'm Ruchika Khanna, and in today's episode of Decode Punjab, I'm joined by my colleagues Jupinderjit Singh, Rajmeet Singh, and G.S. Paul as we bring to you exactly what happened in the Bypoll. So, Jupinder, the first question I'd like to ask you: what, what does this imply? Where does the Panthik politics go with regards to this election?
Yes, this was a very crucial election because this is kind of a semi-final before the 2027 elections. And as you know, it's a big surprise that Shromani Akali Dal has come at the second spot. And the candidate which has won, he has won from the Aam Aadmi Party ticket, but he is also a Akali candidate. So there is a talk that this is kind of a resurgence of the Akali Dal, the revival of the Akali Dal. The another big statement which this election has made is that the Tarn Taran is known as a Panthik seat, a seat of hardliners. And from here, the Amritpal's party, Shromani Akali Dal, Waris Punjab, they have been relegated to the fifth spot. So that is kind of a statement that Punjabis have voted for secular parties, that there is no place for hardliners here.
The other big thing that has happened in the election today is the complete decimation of Congress. So, Rajmeet ji, what do you think? Why has the Congress performed so badly? Is it something to do with Waring's very strange statements that came, all through the election campaign? Is it that the campaign was not very well organized? What was it? Why did the Congress fare so badly?
Ruchika, it was writing on the wall. First of all, the selection of the candidate. The Karanbir Burj, then Rajbir Bhullar, there were three candidates and they zeroed on the wrong candidate. Then a couple of controversies by the PPCC chief, like his controversial statement on Bhutta Singh, that led to the total, collapse of the Congress machinery, and the narrative went against Congress. Moreover, because his utterances against Bhutta Singh, totally annoyed the Mazbi Sikh community, which has a sizable population in Tarn Taran. So these are the factors which basically went against Congress. It has been pushed to that. Moreover, its security has been forfeited. So that's a very embarrassing situation, and it has happened at a time when there is internal total dissent within the party over the selection of the district Congress committee presidents. So I think its outfall is going to be very dangerous for the party.
Rajmeet, would you also like to explain to us that there's a lot of talk about Raja Waring acting at the behest of certain powers, not within the Congress but outside the Congress. In fact, people are implying that he had something to do with the Aam Aadmi Party. That is why he was making these self calls. Is there any truth in these allegations?
There's a buzz that why these statements were made. He's a seasoned politician. I mean, he has been a youth Congress president and he has been the Congress president for a long period. And this type of utterances at this juncture, when the by-elections are happening, and it is happening, ahead of the, this 227 assembly elections. So a lot of buzz about that, is compromised or not. So questions are being raised about it, certainly.
Paul, you have been in Amritsar for over a decade. You've covered the area very well. Tarn Taran is regarded as a Panthik seat. What does the performance of Waris Punjab they prove?
Well, because Tarn Taran is a Panthik turf, and it is represented. This parliamentary seat is represented by Amritpal Singh, who bagged 2 lakh votes during the Lok Sabha elections. But now I feel that the things are different. Now the people, I think, the Tarn Taran Bypoll outcome reveals that now people have understood that that radical politics is seldom viable now, because people want, no doubt it's a Panthik seat and people have the Panthik sentiments that play a vital role when it comes to the electoral polls. But people now understand that they want a good living, because Amritpal was elected MP here with a massive win, and he's in the jail under the NSA Act, and there is no program, though there is no development program that could be held over there, and everything has been stalled there. So I think, and secondly, I think that Shiromani Akali Dal, which was vying to retain its Panthik image, has now been successful, and it has bounced back. I mean, I think that this will play a major role ahead of the 2027 assembly polls. And Sukhveer Badal, this contest was between Sukhveer Badal led Shiromani Akali Dal and the splinter groups or the Punar Surjit, the anti-Badal factions. And for this, I think Shiromani Akali Dal has fared well in these elections.
Okay. Jupinder, I'd like to again come back to you and ask you another question. You know, Tarn Taran is also a place where there's a lot of drug addiction. The problem is massive. So, in the event of the whole scheme of things, where the government had been running this Yudh Nasha Virudh program, do you think that this program helped the Aam Aadmi Party in any way, or you think the narrative never went towards issues like drug problem?
Well, the margin of victory is not very big, so that doesn't show that there is too much of love for the government. The Aam Aadmi Party is in power, and it goes without saying that usually the bypolls are won by the government in power. However, this time this didn't happen because the victory margin is not that much. That shows that Aam Aadmi Party will have to really go back to the board. They will have to rethink their strategies. Maybe like this Yudh Nasha Varudh, which you said, it has like big resonance in the constituency. The infamous case of Kafanwala Baba, the guy, yeah, the Kafanwala Baba. That movement, his movement took it to the national stage much before the Urta Punjab thing happened. But it seems that people are not happy with the government's performance on that. Otherwise, the margin would have been a lot. And so at the same time, like my colleague said about Akali Dal has to try and look for unity here, because if you count their votes, if you total their votes, then they can become a formidable force. Divided Akalis will not stand. They have to become united.
You have, Jupinder, you've spoken about divided Akalis. What about the fact there's always been this talk going on that the Akali Dal and the BJP are going to come together before the 2027 elections? So, combined votes of Akali Dal and BJP, is there also any lesson for both the parties here?
Definitely, yes. It's a bigger lesson for the BJP, because BJP lost a big opportunity. Punjabis are very emotional people, and this area was ravaged by floods. And BJP was expected to dole out money, dole out lot of help to people, but that did not happen. People were not happy with the compensation announced by the center government. And I think BJP and Akali Dal have no other option but to come together. And like my colleague said, that reports from the ground say that Sukhbir Badal, he gave cash, he gave seeds, the Akali Dal actually were totally, they had ears and everything on the ground to help people. So that has held to that has contributed to the revival of Akali Dal. But still, it is too early to actually say that it is being revived. They will need support of the other splinter groups also. They will definitely need support of the BJP. And BJP, the BJP's RSS was doing very good work in the border areas, and they were getting some support also. But this flood relief compensation has ruined everything. And the Punjab University controversy, we should not forget that. And Tribune has a big role. Tribune broke that story. That also changed this, anti-Punjab sentiment that was really watered by that controversy.
Okay. Rajmeet ji, again, I'm coming back to you, and I'd like to ask, what does the result imply for the Congress leadership? Is there going to be change? There has been this talk about change in the state Congress president. Will this be accelerated? Are they going to continue with the president, Rajavading as president? What is going to happen in the Congress? Who
Ruchika ji,
takes the blame?
The rebel group, they were waiting for the result, to announce their next program. So certainly they're going to, rally against the PCC chief, because the role he has played in the choice of the candidate in Tarn Taran and the role he has played in the selection of the district Congress committee chiefs has annoyed too many leaders. Even the top shots in the Punjab Congress have not been, heard. So I think he will have to, and his conduct in the Tarn Taran election, that utterances I just mentioned a few minutes back. So they're going to certainly, affect his prospects to continue as a PCC chief. We expect a change soon.
So the question now comes, Rajmeet, who is going to be replacing Waring? If he's going to be replaced, who are the probable names?
Ruchika ji, basically, the party is in a fix to balance between Dalit leader, Jat leader, and Hindu and OBC. So that discussion is going on. There are many contenders like Pratap Bajwa, Charanjit Singh Channi. Then there are two Hindu leaders who are in the reckoning, like Rana KP and Vijender Singla. Then there is no OBC leader as such. So they are really working on. So I hope something comes out in the coming days.
Paul, my next question is from you. So I'd like to ask, what is going to be the future of Varis Punjab Day after this election? In spite of the fact that Gyani Harpreet Singh led faction supported them, there were other splinter groups that were helping them. So what does it mean? What is the political future of Varis Punjab Day post their defeat in Tarn Taran? After all, this was their hotbed.
Yes, you're right. It is their hot belt. But I believe that now with the outcome of this Tarn Taran Bypoll, the radicals have lost the grip. What I believe, because the people have now, I think they have understood that this politics, radical politics, is not viable, and that's why they have now shifted towards Shiromani Akali Dal that was led by the Sukhveer Singh Badal. But I believe that to strengthen their position, what they should do is instead of having an alliance with the BJP, they should make efforts that all the splintered Akalis should unite. Because if they unite, if you look at the results also, together their votes are more than the winner's vote. So this is an indication, and this is a dress rehearsal for them, I think, and they should think over it. And I think it's a bright future for Akalis, because Akalis have that Panthic tinge, which plays a very important role in the electoral process.
Uh, Jupinder, the last question I'd again like to ask you is that, as Paul just mentioned, that there is a bright future for Akalis. Do you support the statement,
Well,
or do you
yes.
think they still have lots of miles to go before they?
Well, your both statements are correct. There is now hope because in all the previous elections there was a downslide for the Akalis, but now there is finally some upside, upward trend. But they can't rest on this, this small laurel. They'll have to work a lot. And Sukhbir Singh Badal, I think he's finally coming out of the legacy shadows of his father, Prakash Singh Badal, the five-time chief minister, and the way he was going on the ground helping people in the floods. He has to continue this for next 14-15 months if he wants to make a difference. Their alliance talks with BJP have not been official, but what we have been hearing is that BJP wants 50% of the seats out of the 117 assembly seats. They want at least 50 or 55 seats, and Akali Dal have been countering them that show us 55 winning candidates, and we'll give you 55 seats. So there are a lot of things, lot of churning, political churning, which is going to happen, and let's see which party does what alliance. And this 14 months are going to be very keenly watched in Punjab.
Okay. Jupinder, this whole conversation, this whole Decode Punjab would not be complete without me asking you about what happens to SSP, the former SSP of Tarn Taran, Dr. Ravjot Garewal. Now that she's in the limelight after her suspension because the ECI found certain anomalies. So what do you think is going to be her future? The Punjab police apparently seems to be still backing her.
Yeah, yes, as per your report in the paper today, the senior officials and the Punjab government report on that case, they have justified her actions. So it seems that the government and the police department is backing her. Now it is up to the election commission on what action they will take. They have the powers to take action. They can order some, another inquiry, or they can have a re-investigation. If they are not happy with the report of the Punjab police, they can ask an outside agencies. But generally, it is seen that after the elections, all these inquiries slowly they die down. This is what has happened in the previous cases. So nothing sure can be said of as of now.
Thank you, Jupinder. Rajmeet ji, the last question again would be that do you think that the choice of the Akali candidate didn't make a difference, considering the fact that her son-in-law is alleged to be a gangster? Do you think it made a difference? There have been some allegations made about this by the Congress.
So this was a new chapter in the Punjab politics. The Kali candidate's son-in-law is like being alleged that he was a gangster, so he made calls. This area is known for gangsters. There were other incidents also earlier. Also, many candidates received, sarpanches received call from the gangsters group to vote for her. So certainly that has mattered in the elections. Yes, certainly. Ruchika ji, I have a question for you. How do you see the performance of AAP in this election?
So, Rajmeet ji, I'd like to say, that if you remember a few months back, the in charge of Punjab affairs, Manish Sisodiya, had made this statement, Sam, Dam, Dand, Bhed. So, the allegations by the different political parties are that all kinds of things were used in this election. The ruling party obviously always has an edge because they have the entire machinery at their disposal, the men at their disposal. And I think they did everything that was needed to win this election. Though I personally think it does not, the win or the loss, A, does not make any difference to the total tally of MLAs in the House. And B, the win or the loss here does not decide the tone and tenor for this election. Though I believe that the tone and tenor of the politics has been decided by this election. So thank you, viewers, for watching this episode of Decode Punjab. Do continue to subscribe to the Tribune YouTube channel. Do watch us on all our social media platforms across X, on Instagram and on Facebook. Thank you.